Welcome back to Pon's Tinkering Garage. And today I'm in the middle of painting the Toby model with a human skin shader, and I've just done the hands and also the feet, and it's great. So the last time we talked about the eyes, and right now I wanted to digress a little bit and talk about what actually I've just done, and that is about a human skin shader in Blender. So, of course, you've got your model. You've got a human figure, you got a human model, and it looks great in gray, of course, or white. But eventually, you will want to put kind of a shader on it, like a human skin shader on it, right? So of course, you do the big things, right? You decide on the base skin color, and then you do the face, the lips, the eyes, and also the hands and the feet, probably also the knees a little bit, and yeah, eventually you've done the big things, and then you zoom out, you start to notice that um, you take a look at it, you take a good look at it, and you start to realize that, well, there is something missing about it. And later you figured that the problem is that it looks kind of flat, right? And you think, how to fix that, of course. And to answer that, I want you to be off with your phone or your computer and go to your kitchen or your pantry and grab a chicken. Now, I know what you're thinking. So it sounds kind of odd about the chicken, right? What the chicken has to do with a human figure? And the answer to that has to do with its color. And the thing is, if you've been cooking, or at least if you've been eating chicken for some time, you will realize something about chicken, right? And you would realize that different part of chicken has a different color. For example, a chicken breast has a lighter color. Meanwhile, chicken thighs and drumsticks have a darker color. Now, I'm gonna bring an image like a chicken so that we can see what we're talking about, right? So this is a picture of a chicken, like a whole chicken, and this version is like kind of skinless, right? And you would notice it right away that this is the breast, right? The chicken breast, and you will notice it like when it's kind of next to each other, actually, right? So you will notice that this is a chicken breast, right? And this one is a chicken drumstick. And once you kind of put it side to side, you will see that the drumstick is a little bit darker in color, but also not just it. Not only that it is darker, but it's also it shifts in hue. It turns to this kind of more purple-ish color. Meanwhile, the breast has more kind of a orangey color. Maybe you cannot really see it from this photo, but if we take a look at another photo, you will see it more clearly. So this one is a little bit more clearer because it's kind of a top view, and you will see it right away that the chicken breast, has this kind of very light color and a little bit orange in hue. Meanwhile, as it kind of goes to the thigh and also the drumstick, it shifts in value. It gets darker, but it also shifts in hue. It shifts to become this kind of cooler color, and that is a more purple-ish color. And this is in a skinless chicken, and you will notice it as well with the skin on chicken, right? So this is a skin on whole skin on chicken, and you can actually notice it as well right here. You will see that this is a chicken breast, and this is very light in color, a kind of orange-ish in color. Meanwhile, just below it, it's also great that because it's kind of side to side kind of thing, and you will see that the drumstick here is a little bit darker and also a little bit more purple, right? So that is a raw chicken, and you might be thinking, well, the chef is not that too big, right? I mean, like you will notice it here and there, but it's not that too dramatic. But the difference between the breast and the thigh of a chicken becomes more pronounced once you've actually cooked them. So this is a picture of oh, this is still a picture of this is still a picture of raw chicken. So this is the breast and this is the thigh. You can see it. I mean, like this is a different photo, and it might be this is yeah. So this is kind of a different photo. So it's not sitting next to one another. So it's kind of hard to tell, but you actually can see it as well here. That this is a chicken breast is kind of orange in color, light orange-ish color. Meanwhile, the chicken thigh is more like darker and also more purple, right? So that's the raw version, and you will see the difference more once you actually cook them, right? So this is a picture of a cooked chicken, and this one is kind of a this one is the breast, and this one is the drumstick, and you will see it right away that the chicken breast is basically this off-white color, like a milk white. Meanwhile, like the drumstick is gonna be like this kind of darker and also more purple uh, color. And actually, they actually have a name for it, right? So for the breast, they call it like a light meat, and for the thighs and for the drumstick, they call it dark meat. So that is obvious, right? And actually, from this knowledge, you can apply this for your human skin shader, for your human figure or human 3D human model, right? So let's go back to our model for Toby, and you will see that right now the model is kind of flat. That's the reason why it's kind of flat, because from the tip of the toe to the tip of sorry, from the tip of the head to the tip of the toe, the base color is kind of the same. Like that's the reason why it looks kind of flat, right? So if you incorporate that difference, like that lighter and darker and orange versus purple difference from our chicken observation from our chicken, you will see an instant difference in your human skin shader. And I've devised kind of an animation here, and to show you how a little change of that can affect the overall look of your human skin shader, right? So this is how it looks like when it's flat, like it has this kind of nude orange-ish color. And when I slide this animation, you will see that the thigh area, the legs area actually, the thigh and the calf becomes a little bit darker and also a little bit more purple, right? And let's see it one more time. So this is when it's flat, like it's flat from top to bottom. And this is when there is slight variation where the top half is kind of orange nude color, and as it goes down to the thigh and also to the calf, it becomes a little darker and a little bit more purple. I mean, like you can literally see the difference and how little it is, how little difference of that hue shift and a value shift can make such a huge difference with for your human skin shader. So yeah, I guess and I know that what you're thinking. Okay, you it sounds great and it looks kind of great, and but you would think that, well, I'm just making it up. But I do have a proof. I do have a proof that it actually happens with human, and that is actually kind of a thing that many artists, especially 2D artists and traditional artists, have actually figured out long time ago, and we kind of use it in our painting. So let's take a look at an image of an actual human, a human model, like just a model actually, just say model because adding a human is kind of okay. So this is a picture of a model, like a real life model, right? And I mean, like you can see it directly here that you can see the thigh area. I mean, around here, like there's like an instant change of hue basically from the stomach. You can actually see it from the shoulder as well, from the upper body in general. You can see that this is kind of a orange beige color, and as it goes down and especially go to the thigh, you see that how the hue has shifted from that color to that color, right? And that is just because it's kind of sit next to each other. You can see like literally how different they look, right? So, and especially when you zoom out, you can see it much clearer. Once you zoom out, you see that this is kind of palish, like a cooler color, like it's more on purple side, and this one is more on the warmer side, and that is more like a red or orange in this case, and how they kind of sit next to each other, and you can see the difference clearly. And let's take a look at another from another angle, right? So this is another picture of the same model, different position, and this is actually a little bit more pronounced because we see it from different. I guess it's gonna be from different angle, and you can see it much clearer here. Take a look at that, and this is the thigh area, and this is the back area, and you will see that how once they go across the underpants, you'll see that how this shift from this color to that color. I mean, like this is like orange, right? Like unsaturated orange color. Meanwhile, this is much more cooler, right? Like a cooler color, like more pinkish or purplish. And yeah, once you zoom out, you will see that like in full picture, you will see much clearer how that shift from the upper body to the lower body has basically difference of color from that. So yeah, I mean, like I'm not making it up. I mean, like you can take a look at an actual human real life model, and they will show you the same thing, and basically the same observation from what we've seen from the chicken actually. So yeah, so to answer the questions, what a chicken breast and thigh has to do with like a human figure, well, the answer to that is the color actually. So yeah, I guess that's it for now, and I guess I'll see you later.